Hi, everyone. My name is Dulimba, Senior Manager of Product, as mentioned. So today we're going to talk about the consumer journey. So these consumer journeys have grown extremely complex. These touch points were taken from a Google research that was done maybe 6 months or so ago. And even for something insignificant like a candy bar, there's about 20 digital touch points. And something with a high consideration can be anywhere up to 500 plus, so something for a flight. And these digital touch points are happening across devices, different times of day, through multiple sessions. And it's happening across various platforms, from third-party marketplaces to search engines to social media. And this makes it extremely challenging to understand our customers. What do they want? How are they interacting with it? And how best to engage them. So about a year and a half ago when I started at Magento, we started this channels initiative, which you've heard it probably a couple times. Peter mentioned it briefly this morning around our channels. And really what we're wanting to do is help Magento merchants acquire, engage, and convert customers wherever they are. And today, more than ever, they're in various channels across various places. So when we looked at this landscape, we thought, where should we start? So we really broke up the portfolio into the sales channel space and the ads channel space. So this first one, in the sales channels, we started working with Amazon. And then in ad channels, we started working with Google Ads. So to kind of talk about these, first, we'll start talking about Google. Why did we pick Google? Probably a lot of you are aware of this. They command a large presence in the digital ad space, which most likely means your competitors are using it as well. It's still the predominant search engine out there for product discovery, 63,000 searches per second. And it's really good at driving high intent traffic. So if you're looking for a pair of black running shorts, you can search for that, see those results, and figure out where you want to go. Even though it's really great, there's a lot of problems with it as well. So Merchant Center and ads, there are two applications that are required to run Google Ads. And the main problems with Merchant Center is that the data schema that Google requires is different than that of Magento, and it's just very unique. So it's different than anything else out there. So you need to conform your catalog to work with Merchant Center. And then once you do that, then you need to figure out how to maintain it. So you're not putting ads out for inventory that you're out of, or pricing that's wrong, things like that. On the Google Ads side, it's also very, very time intensive. And a lot of that reason is the stuff that we talked about earlier. All of those digital touch points throughout multiple sessions. So figuring out the right ad to optimize to the right users can be very difficult. So that's why we built this Google Shopping Ads channel. And what is it? So it's an all-in-one solution. So it covers both Google Merchant Center and Google Ads. Most solutions out there only cover one or the other. We're doing it both. It's a native integration, so that means it was built by Magento for Magento users. And it's really simple. So there's a simple onboarding. And then that maintenance part makes it super easy. We're using Google's APIs, and as your catalog changes, those syncs automatically get updated to Google. So when your pricing changes, that's updated automatically. Inventory changes, all of that stuff is done in real time. So you're always up to date. And then the last thing is we're leveraging smart shopping campaigns, which is Google's newest ad type. And that's leveraging machine learning. So we'll talk a little bit about that because that's a pretty new concept. So what is Smart Shopping Campaigns? So what Smart Shopping Campaigns does is first it takes your business goal, and right now it only supports one business goal, which is maximizing conversion. So it uses that as its business goal. It layers then machine learning on top of that to optimize these high intent signals that it's getting from various places. Which we'll talk more about what that exactly means. And it's doing that across Google channels. So what are these Google channels? So this is what makes shopping campaigns really cool, is that there's one ad type with one budget, set up easily within the Magento admin that covers all of these areas. So search and the search partners, display, YouTube, Gmail, all done with one single ad. And then kind of going back to like, actually Jonathan and Ryan was just up here talking about machine learning. So this is using machine learning, and it's using it based on intent signals, and it's through Google data and retailer data. So the Google data is things like query, time of day, location, all of these things that Google's collecting. And then the retailer data is through what they call G tag, which is a pixel that Google will put on your site. So our application will do this automatically for you. So it adds the G tag onto the site. So to kind of look at what this G tag looks like here, we'll show you an example of just running a regular search. It's going to pull up some shopping ads here. And when we click on the product page, we were going to be firing off a page view event. So again, our Google Ads application, when you install it, will automatically add this G tag to your pages. And this is just an extension that you can look at to see your G tag events firing. So that's the page view event. We also cover add to cart, checkout, searches, catalog pages. So it's basically generating all of that data about the user's interactions. It's sending that to Google. So along with those two pieces of information, then they create the ad optimization for you. And then how does creating a smart shopping campaign work? So this is actually an example of what the ad panel looks like within Magento after you onboard. So if you want to create a shopping campaign, it's just a few clicks. So you select the country, create a name for your campaign, select a budget. You can then either just have one ad for all of your products in your catalog, or if you wanted to, you could set different ad campaigns based on different categories. It's up to you there. You just review that campaign then, and then submit it. And then it usually takes about 2 weeks for Google to optimize these. So be patient with it, but it will optimize once it starts getting enough intent signals and starts optimizing and learning things about how your users are interacting with your product. So really exciting stuff there. So to wrap up with a success story, so this is Richard Powell, goes by Rick. He's over in the UK as an e-commerce manager for the Emporium. It's a small business out there. And so I first talked to Rick about 6 months ago when we were doing the early access program. And what did he want to do? So he wanted to increase product revenue from Google Ads while decreasing ad spend, probably what everyone wants to do in the room, right? And to be specific for him, he wanted to spend no more than 15% on a sale. So we ran the Google shopping campaigns through our application for about a month or so, and he had great results. So this was a quote from Rick. Smart shopping campaigns is great. Google does it for you. We don't need to pay for the Google expert. And I really love this because I hear this all the time from SMB owners, is that one of the frustrations is they were trying to run a business and operations. So that smart shopping campaigns will take the operational overhead, having to work with an agency or doing an in-house hire, and solve that for you. So this is available today on the Magento Marketplace. If you just go in and type Google Shopping Ads Channel, you'll find it. You can use that URL as well. So that's Google. So switching gears over, actually maybe I'll take questions on Google before we move into Amazon. Questions on Google?
I assume it's still the
I'm sorry?
Magento 2 version?
Yes. Yeah, Magento 2 for commerce and open source. Both versions, but you need to be on Magento 2, yeah. Any other questions on Google? Yes.
There's a component of Smart Shop that requires other creators outside of your products.
No. Yeah, so so it's really, really straight simple. As long as you have an image that's for like a product image, it will create all of the creative for you. Yeah. Yes. so I can hear. Some of the analytics, like if I go here, this dashboard, yeah, so this is the dashboard that's actually in Magento, so you would see that. And then all of the GTAG stuff is in the Google Analytics as well. So yeah, so yes, Google uses it for the ad optimization, but you would be able to leverage that data for other things as well. Yeah. Yeah. Anything else on Google? All right. Well, we'll probably have some extra time in case anyone has anything else. So switching gears over to Amazon. Amazon is big, just so you know. So in 2018, it accounted for 50% of the e-commerce sales. What's more there is that about 70% or close to it is marketplace sales. So not sales from Amazon. So these are third-party sellers and brands that are selling on Amazon. So it accounts for the mass majority of Amazon sales. So the good news for you, that's you guys in the room, right? Like you guys are accounting for the mass majority of this. When we sent out a survey, when we were first starting to look at Amazon sales channel, we were asking, hey, why aren't you selling on Amazon? And the number one reason was, it's not easy. There's no seamless integrations, it's difficult. So we said, all right, well, then we'll build this thing then. So we built the Amazon sales channel, and what it is, it's a bi-directional connection between Magento and Amazon that lets you stay within the comfort of Magento while getting selling on Amazon. So what does that mean? It's really the most comprehensive solution out there on the market, in my opinion, and it's absolutely free for you to use. Most of these other connections out there charge you fees for using it. Ours is not, and there's a lot of really nice features in ours. So let's talk through those for a minute. So seamless integration. So again, this is a native application built by Magento for Magento users. We were doing listing management. So listing management means it's basically like a rules-based engine for deciding what products you should sell on Amazon or not. And as products get added or removed from your catalog, those rules will just automatically pick those up, so you don't have to constantly be messing around with that. Intelligent pricing, this is probably my most favorite feature, is basically setting a pricing rule again and then modifying, that will automatically adjust it to try to win the buy box. So about 88% of sales from Amazon come from the buy box. It's a secret magical algorithm Amazon uses, but one of the big things is around price of it, and just like the lowest price wins. So we automatically set that pricing based on the buy box and who's winning the buy box. So I'll show you actually that in a demo. Order management, so again, this is bi-directional. So orders are placed on Amazon. Those orders are fed from Amazon into Magento, and it just shows up in your Magento order grid, so you don't have to be messing around and going back and forth in between platforms. Inventory management, again, these are bi-directional, so if a sale is done on Amazon or if a sale is done on the e-com site, that inventory is automatically adjusted, so you're never overselling or you have to worry about it. Fulfillment management, so we support both FBA and merchant fulfilled, so both fulfillment options are in there for you as well. So just do a quick demo of this here. So this is the Magento admin, everyone's familiar with this. Once you onboard, you'll see an Amazon over there in the left-hand corner. This is already onboarded, so I have two marketplaces that I've onboarded. I'll click on Manage Listings. So after you onboard and you set that rules-based listing management, you'll see listings there. And the nice thing about this is you can set these rules, but then you can go product by product and change things. So right there was an example of me changing it from merchant fulfilled to FBA. So just that one product to be FBA and not the entire list. So now diving into the product, we'll be able to look at competitor pricing and see who is winning the buy box and whether I'm winning the buy box. And then lowest competitor pricing as well. And all of this is coming from Amazon APIs and funneled into the application. So once you look at this pricing information, you may decide that you want to change your pricing. And this is just for Amazon, so you wouldn't need to be changing pricing on your e-com site, but you might have a different pricing strategy for Amazon, and you probably should. So to do that, you go into the pricing rule section, and you go ahead and create a pricing rule. These pricing rules can be created based on various attributes. So right there is what you're probably familiar with that in Magento is like the attribute drop down. So in this case, I selected a category. So I'm going to create a pricing rule specifically for a category. I'm going to make it an intelligent pricing rule. And I want to try to win the best buy box. And then, so once you do that, you can then set it to change by various aspects, but like increase or decrease by 1% based on the buy box price. So again, via APIs, we're getting who's winning the buy box and what that price is. We're setting an intelligent price rule to try to win the buy box. The one thing that probably I missed there, but we do have a floor price, or the concept of a floor price, to make sure that you're not losing profit margin. So basically, you set your margin rate of like, I don't want it to go below X, and then the pricing rule will continue to reduce based on the buy box, but it will stop at a certain point. So there's a demo. So we released Amazon Sales Channel at Imagine this year. We have had great movement in this, really excited about this. Gross merchandise volume, so the amount of sales that are happening through Amazon Sales Channel is 2xing over every month, so 100%, 200%. So it's really great that we're seeing that. The number of orders have been increasing 60% month over month, and unique merchants are increasing about 18% month over month. So we're really excited about the momentum that we're getting here. And then just ending on another success story. So this was Topology. They're an SMB located out in Colorado. So they were not selling on Amazon when we first talked to them. They were participated in our early access program. And so when I talked to them, their kind of fear was that they were losing sales because they weren't selling on Amazon. So they were actually trying to figure out how they could get selling on Amazon. We had an early access program. They jumped at it. And the thing that was really exciting for them was the fact that they didn't need to migrate to a new platform. So traditionally, they needed to learn how to use a new platform, whether that was a third party, specifically like connecting Magento into theirs, or just using Amazon, right? Like that's always an option, using Amazon's native solutions, but you have disparate data solutions, and it became a nightmare. So they came with this. They used it with great success. They used all the features of that we talked about. They used intelligent repricing for their hula hoops. So they weren't able to cut into profit margins, but they were still selling a lot. And they were using it, Magento, as an order management, inventory management, and so everything within the Magento admin. So it's been really exciting there. This is also available as an extension out in the marketplace right now. You can go ahead and download it. If you typed in the search like Google or Amazon Sales Channel, it will pop up, or you can use this URL as well. So that's it on my side. Questions on Amazon or anything else on Google? Yes?
Anything related to sourcing any SIM numbers?
Oh, like the ASIN numbers? So right now, we will automatically try to find products based on, ASIN is like the easiest way to find it, right? But we also will do searches based on product name and other attributes and try to find a match. And in that one list that I showed with that listing management, basically there's another tab that's like incomplete listings or something like that. So if there's products in your Magento catalog that we weren't able to find a match, like an exact match, so ASIN is usually the preferred exact match. If we couldn't find an ASIN, we'll attempt to match it, and we'll provide you a list of options of products that we think may be a match, and then you can go in and do the match for you.
And as a commerce client, does the revenue count against your...
The GMV? Yeah, that's a good question. Yes, it does. So yeah, if you were selling $1 million on your e-com site and you started selling on Amazon and it was generating 500,000, then it would be 1.5 GMV. Yeah, that's. But there's no cost, no other cost associated with it. Yeah. Yes.
Quick question.
Sure.
With the direct connection between Magento and Amazon,
Yep.
is there any fee structure with Magento per sale?
Fee structure?
Yeah.
So the only thing was we were just talking about with the GMV. So if you're a commerce customer, your contract is based on a GMV tier. So if you start selling on Amazon, the GMV that you sell on Amazon will count towards your overall GMV. But that is the only fee structure. So if you sell X amount, that will be added on top of your e-com, but there's no other charges.
Who are familiar with like the channel advisor
Yes.
model, I can't imagine it's got the same cost.
No, exactly not. So,
And then
yeah.
also with so it does both seller and FBA. And is the FBA does the inventory replenishment as well?
So right now it's somewhat limited for FBA. Really what the FBA integration does right now is it just won't reduce anything from your e-com inventory. So it just deducts it from the Amazon inventory. Yeah.
And then are you also looking at other marketplaces as well beyond Amazon?
We are, yeah. The interesting thing, and as I talk to merchants, is if you're selling on Amazon, you're probably selling on other marketplaces as well. So we do recognize that, and we're looking at doing other marketplaces. And I actually would love to talk to everybody and figure out what other marketplaces you guys are selling on, and to help guide that vision for us.
Yeah, that's a big pain point for us right now.
Yeah. What other marketplace are you selling on?
In terms of, well, we sell on pretty much every retail site.
Okay.
The sales come through Magento.
Mm.
We utilize Channel Advisor, and we've got eBay Store, Amazon we do outside of it, Rakuten, some of the more pure
Yeah.
that we're working with, but we're finding that to be challenging.
Mm.
So we're looking for a better solution to that.
Okay. Yeah, I would love to talk with you more about it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. No worries. Any other? Yes.
Is there a customer communication portion on the Amazon connector as well, or is that?
So, yeah, Amazon's a little touchy with the communications there, to put it lightly. So you can actually send an email from the Magento portal, but it goes back through Amazon. So like if you needed to add like a comment or something to the order, you add that in the Magento Magento orders grid page in the detail section, but it will funnel back through Amazon and send to them. So and you never see their emails. It's all hashed based on PII.
From a remarketing standpoint,
Yeah.
more so just compliance with Amazon.
Yeah.
Just making sure that we're getting those messages and handling it, and not also looking at help desk. Sorry. Can we use your module and just stay out of the FBA module altogether?
Yes, for the most part. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What about returns?
So let me see. Returns has to go through Amazon, the native application. So that's not a piece that we have yet. If you can cancel orders in Magento, but if you have to do returns, that's handled on the Amazon side still. But as soon as like a partial shipment or anything like that, as soon as something has transacted past. We basically hold it for like 24 hours to make sure like the sales are real, and then after that point, you have to go over to the Amazon side to do that still. And yeah, so again, we released this in May, I'd imagine, so there's probably some features that we still need to add on and things like that. But yeah, if there's any use cases, we'd love to hear about them. I don't have an email up there, but it's channels@adobe.com. Will go to me and my team, and I'll be around, and I would love to chat with you guys more about this. Yes, so Magento 2 to 6 and above on commerce and open source. Yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't late, but on the Google side, are you able to connect to a current version account, or is that more of a
Yeah, that's a gap that we're certainly trying to get done. We're trying to do that this year, but it might squeak into next year. Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you, everyone.